This is how we install the aftermarket door lock actuator kit. We start by taking off the door panel. There's only 3 bolts here. First one, you take out this cover. You gotta back up, it'll be out of focus. Take off that little cover. Then, if you have the 03 to 04 models, there's a little niche under here that you can fit your key into. The 05s and up are completely solid, so you have to use a knife so you can take it off nicely. That off, and now all 3 bolts are exposed. A large Phillips head screwdriver, and also a long neck one too, or a 10mm socket will get these out. After that's out, the door is free to pop out. Just pull it out, they're all just snap pins. And then start picking up from the outside here, because the MB cord speaker, or not MB cord, little Bose tweeter here will be in the way. So now there's things to unhook from the door. First off, get the little floor light here. And we're going to unhook the door. This is the door latch, and then here's the door lock cable that we'll be working with later. That. And then the interior console. It just pops out. And okay, now the door panel is free, and we're going to put that away while we carefully lean upside the car. Okay, now we're going to get in behind the speaker so we can put in the wires. We can tap into the door lock wires. And these are all just the same bolts that you remove from the door. 10mm socket or a big screwdriver or a big Phillips head will help. Okay. After 3 bolts, it comes out. Now the wires that we want to play with are right in here in a little plastic conduit thingy. Most of the time the wires are wrapped up in electrical tape, so gotta expose those wires. I usually use a knife, it's incredibly helpful. And the wires we want to look for are purple and royal blue.
Numbers in there?
No. In here there's no exposed wires, so just make sure not to cut any except the ones we're looking for. I gotta get my couple tools. For this we'll be needing wire crimpers, and also good to have a good number 2 screwdriver and also a bigger one for the doors. So now we got the wire cutters, and we're gonna cut the royal blue and the purple wires from in here. And it's the same colors on both sides, whether driver or passenger side. You just want to cut it as far away from the door as you can, just so you have enough wires, or enough wire to work with. Alright, now the wires are sticking out. You can see the blue and the purple right there. Now we gotta de-sheath them. And now they're exposed, you just twist the ends up. And now they're ready to add the wires on that I provided with the kit. There are 2 wires at about 18 inches of length. One end has the blue bullet connector. This is what connects to the actuator. This end has the butt connectors that we put onto the wires here. And it doesn't matter which one goes to which wire. Make sure you get it good and tight. Now we have those crimped on. And since the speaker has to go back in here, we got to find another way to take these wires out. So what I usually do is pop off a little corner of this cover right here and send the wires through. You can still do this with the window down, but you don't have a whole lot of room in here with your arm because the window's taking it. So we have those wires going through. Now we put the speaker back in. And we can bolt it back in. Okay, that's all done. Now we can get to the door. Now we'll be needing the regular size screwdriver. Now we need to take off the 3 screws that hold on to the, that secure the hand, I don't know what you call it, the part you see on the inside of the car that has the door opener and the door locker. Okay, and this comes out. Now we need to do a couple modifications to this piece. And you will need a drill with a 4mm bit. First thing we do is we need to drill the hole for the new actuator rod to go through. This is the channel where the door lock cable goes into, and then this one is just the door opener. So we need a door lock cable, and we need another hole roughly a 1/4 inch or another 4mm above this hole. Roughly right in between the tab. But it has to be right above the hole. Also, make some leeway in there so you have some extra space to work with. The next part is we need to remove this tab. I like to just drill it, but it's just lateral drilling. It's not exactly good practice, but a small set of scissors will do it. It tends to make a lot of mess, so I stand away from the car to do it. Okay, now the tab is out. Get rid of any plastic shavings in there just to make it a clean job. Okay, now this is done. Put that down. Now we need to work with the door panel. This can all be done while sitting in the front seat of the car, just resting on your lap. First thing we need to do is drill the new path for the actuator rod, which will be done on this spine here at about 3/4 of an inch down and a 1/4 inch in or so, or a 1/2 inch. Drill through. I tend to make this hole bigger than just the drill bit, just so it has room to play with. Get rid of any debris. Okay, now we're going to assemble the actuator rod with the bracket. In the box, you'll have the door lock actuator and the bracket that I make for this. And for the driver's side, we want it to look like this, so that the coil goes up and it gets mounted in there, and the rod that attaches here goes straight into the door lock unit. And bag of screws that come with it. We're going to need 2 of the silver screws. Screw them in there. And before you tighten that one down all the way, make sure you get the other one in. Okay, now the actuator is secured. Okay, and stick the rod through it, like so. And that is going to go through the hole that we drilled.